Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, everyone. This is my second video journal to help convey to you what it's like for me to prepare for pilgrimage along the Camino de Santiago, which is in 13 days from today. What I wanted to share with you today is just go over a list of things that I'm taking in terms of supplies. I'm not going to show you everything. I think maybe tomorrow I'll actually do a video about the clothing that I'm taking, but just wanted to show you some of the stuff that I'll take along with me to help on the pilgrimage today. There's not that much you can take. I mean, I'm carrying a 35-liter Osprey backpack, and it's just limited space, so you just can't carry that much. If you're watching this today, you're watching from my blog site or from my new YouTube channel that my wife helped me create last night. And a quick funny story about that. I was taking my daughter Sophie to school this morning. She's in junior high. And we got about halfway there, and I said, you know, Sophie, I have my own YouTube channel now. And if you have a junior high student in your life, or ever have had, you know how horrified they can be by just certain things. And Sophie was horrified by the very idea that her 49-year-old dad would have his own YouTube channel and someone might actually see his face on the internet. So it's just a funny thing. Sophie, if you're watching this, if you're laying in bed with the sheets covered up so no one else sees this, I love you. You know I do. I'm your cheerleader to the end. Okay, a few of the things that I'm taking, I'll try to go through this quickly. 3 books, actually, and this is my Camino guide. It's the guide by Detergent and Landis. A lot of people use the Brierley guide. It's small and compact. This guide may be the most important thing after the backpack and the shoes that I have. It helps me plan my day, getting from point A to point B where I'm going to stay. It gives me advice about the albergues, the hostels, the refugios, where water is along the route, where Wi-Fi is along the route, restaurants, food, you know, that kind of thing. So I recommend, it's really good book. These other 2 books, I won't actually be taking the books, but I'll actually make copies of the pages that I want to take with me. This is my daily Bible devotional guide that I study from every morning. And in it, I read some from the Old Testament and some from the New Testament and some from Proverbs and Psalms every day. This is the way I get my day started. The more and more I do this, the more relevant these words are to me. And it just really gets my day started right. And I'll make copies of the applicable days for when I'm gone. And good thing. One of my favorite books ever. I just kind of thought of this at the last moment. My old copy of Purpose Driven Life. I bet I've read this book 3 or 4 times. And since it's kind of divided into 40 days, that's pretty applicable to the time that I'll be on the Camino. So I'm just going to copy the pages from those 40 days and reread this while I'm on pilgrimage. These are my Tom Cruise Risky Business sunglasses, and this is some anti-fog that I'll use on all my glasses. I learned this back in the days when I was running. When it's cold weather, and it will be cold when I'm on the Camino, usually about in the low 40s, I think it'll be. The heat from your body comes against the coolness of the glasses, and your glasses fog up, and it's a real frustration. So, got that. I think these are called D-hooks. I've got a whole supply of these that I'll put on my backpack. I mean, I found a few things that really come in handy on international travel are hooks like this, and Ziploc bags, and zip ties, and some other things. But, you know, if I've got something that's wet and it needs to dry out, I can just hook it to my backpack and let it dry while I'm walking. Another thing that really comes in handy, I have discovered, are these bungee cords. They serve a lot of purposes. I think one of the purposes this will serve is to use it as a clothesline and hang clothes on, and I have clothespins too, so you can dry your clothes. Speaking of laundry, this is a little bottle of laundry detergent I got at my REI store in St. Louis. I think most of the clothes washing I do will be in sinks. I've read that a lot of people actually on Camino wash their clothes in the shower. They wear their clothes, wash them with soap, and then take the clothes off and hang them out to dry. Of course, my U.S. passport. You got to have your passport from whatever country you're from. This is kind of a neat thing. This is unique to the Camino de Santiago. It's my Pilgrims Credential, and you have this stamped 2 or 3 times a day, every day along the way for the 35 or 40 days. And it's called a sellos that they stamp it with. And it looks like this. And at the end, you've got kind of a keepsake of your journey. Every place, every hostel and albergue has their own unique stamp. And so it's kind of a keepsake at the end of the journey. And then you present this when you arrive in Santiago de Compostela, and they give you your diploma, your Compostela, and this is the proof that you've actually trekked, the 550 miles or whatever it is. This is my writing journal that I'll journal in daily, and I use it to record my thoughts and also to record the ideas that I have about writing and blogging and other writing projects. I guess I'll learn how to use this. I don't know. This is some moleskin in case you have blisters or you get injuries along the way, and you just kind of tape it on, and it serves as a padding for your skin. This is my little adapter for my phone. The electricity is different in Europe. Got this at my REI store also. Probably won't even use it, but I couldn't resist it for $1.79. Fork, spoon, knife. Gotta eat. Also from REI, my coffee mug. I want to take that along. I hope I have room for it. Flashlight for trips out of bed at night. Petroleum jelly. If you're walking a lot of hours or moving a lot of hours, body parts rub together. I've got big legs. I learned this when I was running. My thighs can rub together. I've got compression shorts to try to alleviate that, but if you can use this stuff to prevent friction on your skin and prevent any injury, you're just that much better off. Ibuprofen in my first aid kit. I use a lot of ibuprofen. I usually take, if I'm going to be walking 12, 13, 15, 16 miles, I'll take 4 ibuprofen at the beginning of the day. And maybe a couple every 3 or 4 hours, just to try to alleviate the achiness and prevent myself from feeling so bad at the end of the day. Got to have money. I've already converted some of my dollars into euros. Here's 20 euros. One of the things, I've got a 45-degree sleeping bag that I'll use on the beds while I'm traveling from village to village. And one of the things I read a lot about right now in my research are bed bugs along the Camino, and you don't want that. So I bought this stuff. It's called permethrin, and it's recommended to spray on your sleeping bag and your backpack and your clothes. The bed bugs don't like it, and it's supposed to be pretty gentle to your skin and not harm you. So got that. Just in case I do get bit, I bought this soap. It's a lavender soap, and beyond just smelling nice, I've read that lavender is kind of a natural healing thing for insect bites. So we'll see if, hopefully I won't need to know. This is my 1-liter water bottle that I keep in my backpack. I really like this. I actually drink out of it all the time now. So those are just some of the things I'll be taking along. As I close, and I just was thinking about this. I mentioned the YouTube channel earlier, and I gave my YouTube channel the name Ambassador Steve. And if I ever make it to the Appalachian Trail, which I hope I can do sooner rather than later, because the days are growing short, there's a great tradition on the Appalachian Trail of having a trail name, and sometimes others give you a trail name, sometimes you give yourself a trail name. And I thought about what would I want my trail name to be. And I thought that I would want it to be Ambassador, because as I contemplate the last couple of seasons of my life and my role and my purpose, I honestly think that my role is increasingly becoming an ambassador for Jesus Christ. To spread the good news of his teachings and the way he lived, and his word that I read in the morning, and just to convey to everyone that's my friend and who reads and watches, the impact that he has had on my life. I'm blessed that I've got friends all around the world, and I've got friends who are Christians and friends who are agnostic and friends who are atheists, and I love them all. And if you're one of my friends who's watching, you know that. Just because we believe differently doesn't mean that we can't love one another, and we do. And I don't try to push my beliefs on anyone, but this is just to convey again, my own personal testimony. And I've got a long way to go. I have shortcomings every day, and I have a long way to go before I get anywhere close to the life Jesus lived. But I think my message mainly is this, and from my own personal experience. If anything that I can convey to you helps someone who is depressed or who's dealing with guilt or shame or regret, that's what I want you to know, is that God's not through with you, and that you still have a purpose, a meaningful purpose in your life. And those things are all things that we go through, and you don't have to carry that heavy baggage. It can be a heavy load, but there is an answer. And so if I can help in the least little bit along the way, anyone, one single person, then my mission's being fulfilled, I think. So maybe tomorrow I'll post a little bit about clothing and what it's like getting ready. And the day is drawing close. See you next time.